Alright, so we are ready for the rig. The first thing we have to do is enable the rig, so go over to File, User Preferences, Add-ons, and type in rig in the search bar. And we want this one, the Rigify one. Enable that. We can exit out of the User Preferences. And we want to make sure the 3D cursor is located at the origin, so just in case you clicked over here or something, just hit Shift-C, and then it'll go right back to where it needs to go. So now we are ready to put the rig in place. So in object mode, hit Shift-A, Armature, and Human Meta Rig. Now obviously that insert's very small, so we're just going to scale that up until the shoulders align, which is around right here. Okay, now once it's inside the mesh, it's difficult to see, so in the armature setting, go over to X-ray and enable that, so now we can see it. Okay, and one last thing before we start moving it. Hit Tab to go into Edit mode with the rig selected. Go over to Options and then select X-axis mirror. That way whatever we do on this side also happens on this side, just like we did with the mesh. Alright, now we can begin by putting the rig in place. So, I think it's best to work into wireframe mode sometimes, so I'm going to hit B to select this whole hand, grab that, rotate it, grab it again, select the elbow, okay. Pretty much just have to put it in place. There's a couple tricks. The fingers are what's really tricky. But as soon as you can put everything placed in the front side view and then the right side view, everything should be good. A to deselect, wireframe mode again, select the feet, grab that up. We want to rotate around the Z-axis again, so something like this. Oh, nope. It's hard to see. Like that. Okay. See how that looks. Alright. Now when you rotate something, the bone can get misaligned. So you could just select the bone, hit Control R, and then kind of rotate that bone around so it's parallel with the top of the foot. Right. Bring the toe out. And what's also important with rigging is whenever you're extending outwards, make sure that the end of the bone sticks just outside of the mesh, whether it be the fingers or the head. I'll say that multiple times so you won't have to forget. But since we're doing pretty simple animation, we don't have to spend a whole lot of time on this. We're just going through the fundamentals. Control R to rotate this back. Perfect. See how we're looking. Okay, bring this up a bit along the Z-axis. Okay, the front side view looks pretty good. Let's take care of the head. Same thing with the head. Make sure the top sticks out of the top. That way when we set the mesh to the rig, it works out a lot better. Bring the elbow out. Bring these out more. Okay, so other than the hands, I think... Oh, this toe's kind of messed up. The toe pointing outwards kind of gives you some trouble. Okay. Now, a quick way to check this is you could just turn off X-ray and see if any major part of the bone is sticking out, which everything looks pretty good. Okay. Now let's take care of the hands, which takes the longest part. Okay. So what I like to do is usually you can select the bone and you can hit H and that'll hide it, because since we're in X-ray mode, it gets in the way of your view. So just make sure nothing is completely obstructing. And you can bring everything right back if you hit Alt-H. Alt-H will bring everything back. Alright, so now we gotta set the hand in place. Always fun. Oh, I think I have the foot selected. Just the hand. There we go. And basically you just gotta take this one finger at a time. And then once I'm done with each finger, I just hide it. And same with the fingers. Make sure they extend past the point. Okay. Now as you move them again, they kind of tilt a little bit, so just select it, Control R, then rotate them back. There's also an easy way to see this too. If you hit axes, you can see that they always bend towards the z-axis, so in case something gets really screwed up, it'll highlight them for you, and the pinky needs to go directly backward. So this bone, for example, we need to rotate it so the z-axis is pointing upwards. Okay. So pretty much just keep working these fingers. I don't want to take up too much of your time, but after you're done with each finger, you can pretty much just hide it and then work at one finger at a time until it's all inside the hand. So I'm just going to pause the video for now and let you finish that. I won't let you follow along too much. So, alright.